A year after my daughter's death, grief has quietly settled upon my life, filling every crack and crevice like termites burrowing the heart out of an old tree. It's a hurt that can't be healed, one that becomes part of who you are. Lately, I've become more and more preoccupied with thoughts of her. I scan crowds of people looking for her face, even though I know in my heart I won't see it. I stare at the sky and watch the clouds pass, wishing one would take her shape. I hold my breath and listen to the wind swaying in the trees, hoping to hear her whisper. I bask in every golden ray of the sun I can, trying to feel even a fraction of the love she used to give me while she was here. I suppose I've become somewhat of a daydreamer. I dream of a life where she didn't make that terrible choice, a life in which she was still here. I linger in that dream during the times of the day in which I'm not preoccupied with other things. Driving in the car, walking in the woods, sitting on the dock, trying to turn off my brain and fall asleep at night. As sweet of a place as it is to visit, it doesn't get any less painful every time I have to leave it and come back to this reality. I now feel cursed to walk alone beneath the stars with a full head and an empty heart. Perhaps we as humans have death backwards. Maybe the loved ones we lose are the ones still alive, and we, the ones left here in mourning, are the ghosts. That would explain this feeling of incompletelessness and aimless wandering through life I seem to be clinging to. I'm stuck here, haunting this plane. As lonely as grief can be, I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. Many of you watching this, just like me, are merely existing, not truly living. I keep thinking about my life, wondering how the rest of it is going to play out. When will my time come to leave this world? How much longer will I have to walk this journey of grief? Now, don't get me wrong, I am grateful for my life, despite what the last year has handed me. I'm in no hurry to reach the end of my road. In some ways, I value my life more than ever, especially after losing my child and brother at such young ages. But I still can't help but obsess over death at times. It's Existentialism 101. I yearn to know why we're here and what comes after this. I wish I could peek through the keyhole of the door to heaven, even just enough to see my loved ones on the other side and know they're okay. That would be enough. This time of year is overflowing with reminders. The sights, sounds, and smells of summer seem to throw everything in my face, taking me right back to that dark time. It's an added layer of cruelty. What is normally the nicest time of year in northern Michigan is also the hardest for me. The warmth and beauty of it are subdued. The Love Yourself project didn't start until months after my daughter died, and for good reason. I had completely and utterly shut down, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I couldn't think, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, and didn't want to be alive anymore. And I still have moments every single day where these feelings make a presence. The grief always demands some attention. If you're coexisting with grief also, do yourself a favor and make sure you give it some attention. It only gets harder if you don't. When I started this project, I was just coming out of those early days. The fog was just starting to lift. It's bizarre to go back and watch content from even a few months ago. I always find myself thinking, wow, I was in an entirely different place then. I'm not saying that time heals the wound. I don't think it ever heals. Not fully. It still hurts, but I feel the edges softening a little. Perhaps we just get used to the pain. If you're in your own pain, please keep going and give it some time. Though there is very little fruitful advice I can offer, I will say this. Don't be afraid to be a daydreamer. Not a day goes by that I don't look at my daughter's face or listen to her voice in my head. I can still hear her laugh. I can still smell her hair. It's sweet thoughts like these that help me feel connected to her and get me through the dark times, of which there are no shortage. If you've lost a loved one as well, visit them in your head. Recall the happy memories with them. If you're so inclined, leave a comment and share something about them with us. Tell us about your person. Share that dream. Thank you for watching. As always, be patient, be kind, and love yourself. See you soon.